Cooking with James. I'm your host, James. And what we are going to do today is we are going to do some amazing chicken legs, or as people like to call them, drumsticks. They don't look amazing right now, but they will by the end. So just a real quick rundown of what we're going to use, starting with seasoning and stuff. So I'm going to start with, we're going to definitely use some of this garlic salt. This is amazing stuff. Some kickin' chicken, this Pappy's seasoning, and this Stubbs. They all have their own different ingredients, different flavors. They're amazing. I like to try different stuff, so you know, if you're ever out and about, just maybe pick up something that you never tried before. You'd be amazed. Some of them are amazing, some of them are not so good, but you'd be amazed. And also, I do want to talk about this real quick. It's something I've seen in a video. It's Kingsford and it's new, fairly new. I've never used it before. I'll be using it today. I'll let you know how it turns out. But the main ingredient that it does not have is high fructose corn syrup. It's all natural, and high fructose corn syrup is very bad for you. It's unfortunately in a lot of our foods, but this is all natural, so we're going to be using that today. And then last thing is we are going to use 2 binders. I got a mustard binder, which we'll do half with, and then I'm also going to be using sriracha on the other half. And yeah, all the binder does is basically just kind of keep the seasonings together, but we'll go through that in a minute. And yeah, we're good here, so we'll be back in a second. All right, we're back, guys. So got my binders here, got my chicken here. We're gonna do half and half, but first thing you're gonna want to do is that you definitely want to rinse your chicken. This is all pre-rinsed, it's all good. So just real quick, for people that haven't done it before, come over, just, you don't want to use cold water, and then you definitely want to rinse your chicken. You know, just kind of get anything that's on it, you know, just get it off. So, so you're good there. And you're good. And then when you're done, what I did is I just patted them down and kind of, you know, I pushed the skin up a little bit or whatever. You can do that if you like. But yeah, so once it is, it's rinsed, you can pat dry it. You don't want to leave the chicken sitting out to dry. You don't want to, definitely not get it up to room temperature. Chicken needs to be cold. You don't want to get anybody sick. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and throw these first 7 up top in this bowl over here. Let me just quick splash. I got my rag behind me. All right, and we are the first one going to do the sriracha. So here is the sriracha. Now you don't need to use a lot of this. What we're looking for, this does give flavor, but we're looking for just a color on this. So what we're gonna do is go ahead and, I would say if you're gonna measure, probably, and this is 7 pieces of drumstick, probably like 3, 4, about 4 tablespoons of this probably would be about good. So now all you do, you got that in there, is you just want to get in and you just want to get it all over the chicken. Every little piece, and I got a little saying now since I did my brisket video, which is every nook and cranny. So anyway, I'm getting every nook and cranny in here, and just, yeah, just get it out. Oh, I'm sorry, just get it all over, just like that. And that is good. Just look and see, and you know, see everything is coated and good to go. All right, so we're just gonna take this. We'll set it on the counter over here, just like that. Quick rinse, and I got a bowl right here, this big green bowl. It's actually one of my favorites, but we'll grab this. We'll go ahead and throw the rest of this chicken into this. And on this one, sorry, I like to rinse my hands a lot. So cleanliness is key also. So on this one, we're gonna use a mustard binder. Now, people for the first time that have not seen this are pretty surprised by it. A lot of people use it. The mustard gives absolutely no flavor at all. All this does is helps the seasoning stick. That's it, it's a binder. So go ahead and just regular yellow mustard. Go ahead and get that on there. And you can be liberal with this. I mean, you can put a lot if you want. I mean, I'd say I've got, what, 5, 6 pieces of chicken in there. I mean, you can throw, I don't know, like a quarter cup probably, or even a little more. It's not a big deal. There's no flavor for this. You won't taste it at all. So if you don't like mustard, you won't taste it. But anyway, so we're gonna mix this up real quick. And just wanna get that mustard all over. And just to reiterate, this is not gonna give any flavor. It's just to make the seasoning stick. But how we're grilling today, it's actually going to help in giving a little bit of texture to the outside of the chicken. So here we go. Got mustard all over those pieces of chicken, and we're good to go. So I'm gonna rinse my hands. We're gonna set the bowl over there, and when we come back, we'll be seasoning, and we'll be back in just a second. All right, so what we're gonna do now is this has been sitting for literally 2 minutes, no longer, about 2 minutes. What we're gonna do is go ahead and take the chicken out and just go ahead and put it on some tin foil. Just got a cookie sheet here. Right on here. Now there's really no way to do it. I always like to do it. There's a side where the skin is longer on one side, which is kind of the top of the chicken. So I always like to start here because we're gonna season the bottom. So like on every piece you can see it's the kind of the bigger part of the chicken where the skin would come up like that. So just that part down first, just for seasoning purposes. And if not, it's not a big deal. We're gonna go ahead and put a little bit of sauce on that one, no big deal. And these mustard ones, and once again, this mustard gives no flavor, so if you are a mustard hater, don't worry about it because you're not gonna taste it. Just that sauce right there, not a big deal. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna go ahead and season the chicken. All right, now we've got all the seasonings over here. And like I said, I really like to use some different stuff. I came across some stuff that I really didn't like. Then I came across some stuff that I really did like, and that's the only way you're really gonna find out is by trying different stuff. So, let's see here. I'm not gonna start with pepper, I usually do, but this other stuff has pepper already in it. So, start off with the garlic salt. Okay, this is great. It has, this is the best garlic salt I found. There's another one that's really expensive, but it's not really too much better. This is a really good one by Lowry. So yeah, go ahead and shake that up. We're gonna go ahead and garlic all of this. All right, and not too much, just get a little bit on there because it is a salt. So just gonna get a little bit on there. All right, so I got the one side there. Now, here's where we split. So on this Cookin chicken, which was referred to me by a friend, thank you, John, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna use that one on the mustard side. So this is basically kind of a test for me as well. I wanna kind of test those versus this. So this is gonna get the Cookin chicken, and this stuff is good. I just want to put that on there evenly and not too much, just get a little bit of color in there as you can see. Now on this other one, the sriracha, I got the pappies here and the stubs. Now the stubs has some sea salt, honey, garlic, and mustard. This one also has some celery seasoning in there too. So these two together are actually really good on anything. I mean anything at all. So I'm gonna go ahead and season these with these two. We're gonna go ahead and start with, the lighter one first. So I got the stubs. That's just a little bit across there. Just a dusting. And this one also. Just a dusting. There we go. All right, so the garlic and the kickin' chicken here, and then the stubs and stuff over there. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and turn these over real quick. Repeat the same process. Use my left hand for these ones. For the other side. All right, so now we're gonna go ahead and season that up. Just a second here. All right. Yeah, so again, garlic on all this stuff right here. With the Lowry's, just a light dusting. Because this stuff can be strong if you use too much, so use in moderation. So we've got that, and the kickin' chicken over here. Here we go. All right, so we're gonna start down here with the mustard, with the kickin' chicken. Ooh, look at that. Nice color. You want to even season all this stuff. You don't want to bite into a big chunk of garlic and pepper and stuff, and then the rest of your chicken is nasty. So make sure you get it even across. All right, now we're gonna go ahead and hit this one with the sriracha. Stubs first. And this stuff has some good flavor. Good smell to it too. Just a little dusting. Some flakes going on. And this one, darker, almost a reddish. There we go, that is looking mighty good. Boom. All right. So we've got all this stuff seasoned up. What we're going to do now is we're actually gonna go ahead and get a chimney of charcoal going. I'm gonna throw these in the fridge. I got a space in the fridge for them at the bottom, so nothing could touch them. Want to be sanitary. Got another wrap underneath this too, so we're good there. We're gonna go ahead and light the chimney, and then we'll be back in a second. All right, as you can see, we are outside because my house is not this bright on the inside. I wish it was, but anyway, we are out. We are going to do, got the Kingsford. Actually, Walmart had a sale on these for $7.50 for 2 of the 15-pound bags. I went and bought like 10 bags, so I'm good for a while, but you barbecue a lot. So anyway, this is how you light a chimney. Let's go ahead and get all that stuff in there, and what we're gonna do is simply, this bag is gone, is we're gonna go ahead and swab this up here a little bit. Go ahead and stick it right underneath here. On the bottom, you got a little bit of space. I don't know if you can see that, but there's a little space for some paper. So go ahead and stick that under, and then just light a piece. Here. There we go. We're good. Okay. So now it's slowly lighting, still on fire. So that's the process for that. Pretty simple. It's just going to burn from the bottom. Start the coals burning from the bottom up, and this will take probably, I don't know, 15 minutes or so. And then once they're about ready, we'll come back and we'll let you know. So, because you don't want to overdo them, because the bottom will start getting ashy, and then you're burning half of your coals. So this is, well, starting to smoke right now. It's gonna probably, I'm gonna stink like smoke paper. So anyway, we'll be back in a second. All right, we're back. I just, as you see before, the chimney was about 3/4 of the way full. You actually want to get a full chimney. So I just wanted to show everybody how many sparklers we need for this. It's going to be a full chimney. Yeah. Cameraman, get over here, cameraman. He's getting gassed out by the smoke. So, and that's just the paper burning up from the bottom. So, yeah, we're good there. We're I'll be like Fire Marshal Bill. And boom! You're off to the races. Okay, we'll be back in a second. All right, we are outside again, and now it's not smoking everywhere. There's the chimney. It's been about 15 minutes or so. I'm a full chimney. I don't want to get the very top of the coals ashy. When the very top of the coals start to get a little bit of ash, you want to be done. So it's about a little over 3/4 of the way burnt up. So that means the very bottom is, you know, probably pretty ashy. So what you're gonna want to do is go ahead and take this, and we're doing indirect heat. So there we go. All right, so we got our coals, which are very hot. And by the way, it's 105 degrees today, so it's... Let me jump into the pool later. Anyway, so these are super hot. We're using indirect heat. So we're fine there if you want to. Just kind of let it down a little bit. So I want that grate to go in. Alright, so we're good there. Let's go ahead and we'll put the grate right back on. And this is the way you want to set it up. So I want to look at this. Is you have spaces on each side where the handles are. And it's great, but it takes a little bit of the cooking space away. So I like to put the handles away so I have more surface area to cook on that side. So anyway, that was the chimney. We've got the coals in there, and so what we're going to do now is we've got a vent on the bottom here, and you got a little lever. Actually, it's over here. I don't know if you can see the vents inside the... if you want to go this way and look from the top. And the vents down inside. Anyway, there's vents down in there, and this lever opens it up wide or closes it all the way. At this point, you want to so it's wide open. You probably want to just turn it like a half an inch or so. The vent should be about 3/4 open, and yeah, because you want the coals to keep burning and get hot. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna put the top on here. That's gonna go ahead and let the coals simmer down a little bit because you don't want to burn them up. And then yeah, once we're done with that, we're gonna grab the chicken and put them on. We'll be back in a second. All right, so what we're gonna do is this has been sitting for probably about 10 minutes after we dump the coals on. We put the top on, and we're gonna take this off for a minute here. All right, and the coals are looking amazing. So what I just wanted to show you guys, I just got some vegetable oil. You can use olive oil, whatever. I actually usually use olive oil, but I only have a little bit left, and I'm going to use that actually for something tomorrow. So anyway, just take a brush or a napkin, a pad, anything you want, and just go ahead and dip into the vegetable oil or whatever you decide to use, and just coat the grate on the non-fire side. Just go ahead and coat it everywhere. And what this is going to do is it's going to help the chicken not stick to the grate. I mean, the chicken might stick a little bit, but not as much as it would normally. So what we're going to do, I'm going to go, actually I'll do that now. go ahead and put the top back on. Now when you put the top on, when you're cooking indirect, you always want the vents here on the opposite side of where the coals are. That's going to be where the heat rises and comes out of, and the chicken eventually will be on that side. So we're good there. We're actually going to go get the chicken, and then I'll see you in a second. Alright, so it's been literally about 2 minutes. I went inside, I grabbed the chicken, came back out after showing you where to put the vent and stuff. So we're going to take the top off here. Sometimes this top can get real hot, so a heat glove sometimes is good, but not today. So got our chicken here, and what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and place it down on the non-side of the heat. Now how you place it down is really up to you. I'm trying to place it so I can get the most chicken, because it's actually a lot of chicken for cooking indirect on this grill. But I do want to keep it so I know which one is the sriracha and which one is the mustard. So sriracha is in the back. The mustard will be right here in the front. Alright, so little trick that I do is by doing this is the grate will spin. So you can put it on the off side without having really hot grate and getting your stuff sticky. So literally you just put your tongs in, or you can use anything that you want, and just kind of just go ahead and turn it. Alright, so now we're cooking directly over the coals. So what we're going to do, the idea with this is I want to give you guys a tool to where you don't have to have an expensive smoker, but we're going to get some smoke on this chicken. Alright, so this right here is going to be a searing process. Straight over the coals, probably a couple minutes on each side. You know, you want to check them, you know, frequently, just kind of see what's going on. But all we're doing is we're searing. And searing is basically just getting a little bit of crispness on the skin on each side, and then we'll actually transfer it over to the other side. So now I also wanted to talk while I'm doing this about this right here, which is the Weber kettle. This literally is probably the most universal grill that you can buy. You can just regular barbecue on it. You can smoke. I've done half of briskets on this thing. I've done whole chickens. I even did a turkey for Thanksgiving. But it's very, very versatile. So, and for the money too. So I mean, you're only looking about spending like $79 to probably $110 maybe. And you can find them anywhere. Walmart's or anywhere. But it is absolutely the most versatile grill to use. So a sear is going to give it just a little char, and it's just going to give it a little bit of I guess area for the sauce later to grab. So let's see what we got here. And this whole process here probably take 10-15 minutes to go through this process, and you got to be here to do it. You can't close the lid, you can't do anything, because you're just trying to get a sear on it. So there we go. That's hot. Perfect. That is looking amazing. So that can be set to the side. You see it's got a little char to it. You don't want to burn the crap out of it. You just want to get a little longer there. So like that. That's perfect. Got another couple of seconds. Whew. That is hot. It's 105 and I'm barbecuing. Am I crazy? No, I love barbecuing. It's awesome. So, that one's good. That one's good. If you can look at the char over here, that's perfect. It's not burnt, it's just a little crisp. And that will actually come off when we put the sauce on. So, whew. Well, you know what? And sometimes, there we go. That's good. That is perfect. And sometimes the coals get so dang hot, you gotta put this thing on for just a second. Whew. I mean, they are blazing right now because it's so hot. Now, if it was about 30, 40 degrees outside, I probably wouldn't have to worry about that so much, but since it's so hot, the coals are just bursting into flame. So just probably a few seconds, 10 seconds or so, get right back to it. Oh yeah, look at that. That's amazing. Look at that. Perfect char. Over here, that's probably, oh yeah. That's good. Some more to go there. That's good. Whew. We literally got about 3 or 4 minutes, but this is the process that you have to do. You want to sear these things because what's coming next is the smoke and the flavor, and that's the key part. So this is just gonna give it some surface for all the sauces. Excuse me. Take it over here. All right. Now make sure on this part that you do not have your vents on the bottom all the way open, because that's going to burn your coals up really fast. So you probably want them about halfway open. That's going to help keep your coals sustainable throughout the cook. So make sure to do that as well. So that's actually looking good. One more flip there. Probably flip there. Alright. So mustard. Mustard. Sriracha. Woo! That thing is hot. Oh yeah. Mustard. Mustard. That's gotta be about that. Alright, we're almost done. Probably another minute or so. We'll get all these on the other side. So just want to take you through this whole process. Because it is a how-to video, so hopefully by the end of this video you'll be able to do this yourself. Come out with some amazing chicken. Check here. Just another 30 seconds. Alright, I know these are good. Oh yeah, perfect. And perfect. That's amazing. Alright. So, what we're gonna do right now, after that, so everything, as you can see, is got a nice little char on it. It's not burnt. The skin is just perfectly crispy. And this is gonna lighten up a lot once we actually do what we're gonna do, which is getting some sauce on here in a little bit. But right now, just focus on this. But I got a couple pieces of hickory that I pulled out actually in the bag here. So you can buy this, pretty much anywhere. It's just a bag of hickory. Comes in chunks, anywhere from $7 to $10. Really good. So what you're gonna want to do now is go ahead and just throw a couple small pieces, not too big, on there, because the chamber here is fairly small, and we don't want to get too much smoke on. I don't want to bite into my chicken and blow out smoke rings. So I want a perfect smoke on this, and so let's go ahead and get all these things just right here. We've got mustard, 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 and the rest is sriracha, so we know where we're at. Get these back a little bit. All right, so these are catching on fire. looking good. All right. So once these actually, the wood catches on fire, you want to give it a minute or so to kind of burn. If it was a really big piece, you want to give it a lot longer. You kind of want to get the whole thing black. You don't really want really thick, light smoke. Ideally, you like to have kind of a light, almost see-through type of smoke. So what we're going to do now is, we're about halfway there, is I'm going to put the top back on. On this part, you do want to put the vents for this. You can see your vents from the top, but you could see from the top actually what your vents are, but about almost halfway open. So about halfway on the bottom, and where did my top go? Oh, it's over here. There it is. All right, and then wood's burning good. So once I put this on, this top here, remember, fire's on this side, vents the opposite side of the fire, and you want these vents right here almost all the way open, probably about 3/4 of the way open, you know, about like that. Now, within the next minute or so, you should see some smoke. Actually, here it comes right now. You can already see it. So we've got some smoke coming out. I don't know if you guys can see that yet, but there it goes. And the reason why you want the vents open that much on the top is because if you close the vents, that smoke's gonna be stagnant and linger. You want a good flow. You want the smoke to come in and penetrate the meat and, you know, move out. You don't want it to barrel up and stick inside. So yeah, we've got some good smoke going. It's actually really light smoke, which is perfect. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna leave this. Now, if you're a beginner and you're using this method, and this is the part where you're at, you're definitely gonna wanna check probably about 15 minutes just to make sure your coals aren't too hot and burning the chicken. But we're gonna check in about 20 minutes or so. So when that point comes, we got perfect smoke, awesome. So yeah, so when that point comes, we'll be back, so we'll see you in a second. All right, so last time we had the brisket and we had some hot dogs on the side, we had to feed people. This time we don't have to necessarily feed a bunch of people, but here goes some corn. So, shucking some corn. And we're just gonna have some, maybe some corn, some salads, and, well, you know what, I'm not gonna ruin the surprise. I'm gonna show you how it is when it's all said and done. So, we got a few ears of corn, and I'm sure everybody knows how to shuck some corn. All right, so we have the chicken, and actually it's been 10 minutes, like I said it was gonna be because it's so hot. So a 10-minute check. Let's see what we have. Oh man, dude, that's looking. Look at that. So let me just tongs here. Oh yeah, so that barbecue sauce is caramelizing perfect. Oh my. Oh, that skin is just amazing. Oh man. Okay, that's looking so good. So what we're gonna do, this will be a second basting. The way this is going, we might do 3. I really love this. I love the smell. So we're gonna do another light coat. It's better to do, if you're gonna do this, to do, 2 or 3 light coats than one, heavy, thick coat. So it just turns out better. It cooks better. It's just better. So go ahead and get these. Man, that smells good. And that skin is just so soft. Flip them over. See how we're doing. Oh man. Oop. One more time. There we go. There. And there. Wow. Look at that. Alright. One more thin layer on this side. And you can tell, or I can tell anyway, that the coals are acting just perfect. So I know for sure this time I'm definitely gonna give it 15 minutes. That will be for sure. I know the coals are just perfect right now and awesome. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and put the top, obviously vents opposite side of the coals. And this will be definitely 15 minutes. So I'm gonna put that back on. And we're good there. So we'll be back. Yeah, we'll see you in a second. All right, we're back for the grand finale. It's been an additional 15 minutes since the last time we dropped it. And I know it's done. I mean, you really want the temperature of your chicken between 165 and 70. I know without a doubt we're there. This is cooking with no thermometer, no anything. You can get yourself a thermometer. I just know without a doubt. Look at those things. That those are amazing. Those are done. Those are awesome. So I got the pan here's some foil, corn seconds on it. So go ahead and get this on here. Oh, look at that! Juices are just falling out of the dang chicken. Look at that. Sweet. Can you see that? I don't know. Juices are just falling out of the chicken. It's sweet and it's sticky. Oh yeah. It's caramelized. It's cooked definitely all the way through. If you want to be sure at home, get yourself an electric thermometer. You could puncture the chicken. Make sure you don't hit bone, but you do want to be between about 165 and 170. I might be a tad bit over on these, but a little more heat is not going to hurt these because we're going to eat these right away. Yeah. Man, those look good. They're just almost sticking. Oh yeah. Oh, I gotta say. Those are delicious. So, I got the two for my wife, so I gotta organize this so she'll get any barbecue sauce on hers. You know, happy wife, happy life. For all you men that know that, that is the truth. So, yeah, well, I guess there's a little bit on the tongs, we won't tell her. Alright. So, that's what we're looking at right here. Set that there. It's kind of a finished shot, but we're gonna go inside and we're actually gonna test them. So actually, we're gonna go inside right now. I'll be back in just a second. All right, we made it safely inside. Here it is. We're done. They are piping hot, and I know they're gonna be delicious. But we do have to wait probably about 5 minutes or so. You don't want to burn yourself, and plus it just lets them cool down enough to eat. So about 5 minutes, we're gonna let these rest, and then we'll be right back with you. All right, this is the grand finale. It's all done. It's been sitting for 5 minutes. Still pretty warm to the touch, but I can't keep you guys in suspense anymore. I am gonna take a bite. I had my eye on one certain piece. That was all these that's on this plate right here, so I just had to pick one. And then again, I just want to say that I used this the new Kingsford sauce. Never used it before, so we're gonna actually take a bite and man, see how it is. So I got my piece here. I mean, that's how we're looking. Just kind of. So I guess here we go. Man, it has a very that is so good. Look at that. I mean, cooked all the way through. It's so perfect. I mean, this thing is just, it's still hot, but it is just absolutely tender. Man, I cannot say how delicious that sauce. Go get that sauce. First time using it, They have 2 more brands that I've seen. That sauce is amazing. It has a little bit of just a tiny kick. Gives you a little bit of something on the lips, just a little bite, a little smoke we put on there. Oh man, all of it is, it's amazing. It turned out so good. I mean, very good. So, wow. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna plate dinner up. We're gonna come back and kind of show you what we plated up. It's something very simple. Like I said, it's 105 outside. Now we slaved over a hot grill today, so that's something maybe a little cold. Actually, I got some corn on the cob. That's pretty much done. Something else. We'll leave a plate and give you a shot. But this chicken is delicious. I mean, it is absolutely just delicious. It is. You can't go wrong. Yeah, man. So please watch the video. If you try it at home, you're gonna love it. But please remember to subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. Just helps us out. But we're done here. And if you have any comments that you want to leave on tips that you want to give me, I'm more than willing to look at them. I always love to look at new stuff. If you have any foods that you'd like me to cook or any suggestions, leave those in the comments as well. I love criticism. Please give it all. But for now, we're done with Season 1, Episode 2 of Cookin' with James, and we'll catch you next time.